Come into my blanket fort, because why should kids have all the fun, right? Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. And we've got some string lights going on. I might add more string lights later, we'll have to see. But right now over here is where I'm keeping my TBR. It's 10 a.m. and that means the readathon is starting. So I'm gonna read as many books as possible in the next 24 hours, but I need to start with some freaking momentum because I don't want to lose steam during this readathon. And I'm thinking we want to go for something that's not too long and something quite easy to read. So I don't want to start with like some heavy fantasy or something very sad. My two options of what I want to start with right now are What You Were Looking For is in the library. This is my Moody Readers Book Club pick for December. So we have some catching up to do. Don't worry, we haven't had the meeting yet, so I'm not that behind. So we've got this one, and then I've also got a thriller that I want to read. Let's grab that one. This is the Reese's Book Club pick for this month. So this is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. And Ashley is actually going to be at the Tucson Festival of Books. So this one is also an urgent priority TBR. I think I'm going to start with this one though. So here is the setup. Also, if you read with the dust jacket on, you are absolutely a monster. I don't know how you do it. I can't do it. First Lie wins for the first book of the readathon. We are getting started. I read the first chapter like a couple days ago, but I don't remember it, so I'm just going to start over from the beginning. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit to let you know how I'm doing and give you a time and progress check-in. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. I am at the end of the book here, and I'm in the last like small section of the book here, and this book is plot twist after plot twist. I've not been bored for one single second. I am back with my first update of the day. Honestly, I've been reading a little bit slower than I would like to because I keep, posting pictures and like checking things on my phone, or if it buzzes, I check it. So when I start my next book, I'm gonna put my phone very far away and make sure that I can't reach it. But it is officially 2:51 right now, and I finished my first book of the day, First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston, and oh my god, this book is very much giving heist energy. It's giving Charlie's Angels, but more sinister. There is secret identity upon secret identity in this book, and it is absolutely freaking fantastic. This is one of the best thrillers I've read in a while. It doesn't get super scary, so if you don't like a scary thriller, you'll be fine with this one. It was just plot twist after plot twist. I usually find a lot of thrillers to be predictable, but not this one. I definitely understand why Reese's Book Club picked it. It keeps you guessing the whole time, and there wasn't like a single page I was bored by. It was absolutely fascinating and just super, super interesting and so well done. I was so happy that all of the things tied up quite nicely. I won't give you any spoilers, but I'm just really happy with how everything turned out, and I highly recommend this. I'm definitely giving it 5 stars. This was a great start to my readathon. Before I start my next book, I'm going to hang up the string lights, the other set, and then I'm gonna put my phone far away and then start on my second book of the day. right, time for our Moody Readers December book club pick. This one is short and sweet, so I'll be checking back in with you before you know it, especially now that my phone is far out of reach. This book is so freaking cute. Every chapter is a new character, and they go to the library and they end up like finding a book and essentially life advice to help direct them in a new way to change their life. And it's just like really cute and really hopeful and very inspiring, and I'm very into it. I'm so glad that my book club picked this, and it's fun to read something that's been translated from Japanese and just like hear about stories in Japan. Each chapter at the beginning has a little piece of artwork to illustrate the character and their story. It's so cute. I 100% forgot that I owned this readathon shirt, so I changed into that and some biker shorts to get cozy, and I've been making some really good progress on my book. I will be starting another live stream in about 10 minutes here to do some reading sprints, so making good progress, but it'll be nice to be able to read with other people on live because it always keeps me motivated. But hoping to finish this book in the next... Say hi. Let's get the lights on, finish setting the vibes here, and I highly recommend building a blanket fort as an adult. This is like the most cathartic and fun experience ever. It has the nicest warm glow. I know it seems a little bright on camera, but it is very soft and glowy, but the vibes are good. It is currently 6:46 p.m. and I have finished another book for the readathon. I have finished What You Were Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama. This was a book that was translated to English from Japanese, and it was such an interesting book. Like, the cover is so cute and I love the cover, but this isn't a book that I would typically pick up. And that's one of my favorite things about the Moody Readers Book Club is we end up picking out so many different things than I would typically read. And it was just like very short and sweet. Every chapter is a new character that gets led to the library, and I just really, really enjoyed it. And I feel very inspired. Like, there's a lot of really great lessons in here, like your life isn't over at a certain age, or, you know, your whole life shouldn't be about work, and relationships are important, and taking care of yourself is important. So there's a lot of really cute life lessons in here, and I'm really glad that we read it and that I tried something new. But now, time to figure out what I want to read for my next book of the readathon. Towards the new Sara Shepard book, because I need to read this in the next 2 weeks, and I also need to read this in the next week. But I just read a thriller, so I'm kind of wanting a different vibe, and I feel like a lot of these books on my TBR are similar, like thriller vibes, and I like to kind of switch it up in between reading something like thriller creepy, because I feel like it makes things, I don't know, like a little bit more interesting. I feel like it gives you more time to like process in your brain, or at least for me it does. If I read too many thrillers back to back or without processing them fully, I just feel like my brain starts to confuse them. So I'm leaning towards reading a fantasy or a romance. So I think I'm gonna go for Tia Williams, A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. It comes out on February 6th, so we'll be reading this just a little bit in advance. So I've read 2 chapters so far of A Love Song for Ricki Wilde, and there's some sort of mystery element to it. I didn't see that coming, but I'm excited that it's not just like a straightforward romance, that there's like another element to it. It's now, let's see, 9:41. I am 94 pages into A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. Omar's watching the UFC fight. And we got popcorn. And we're still sprinting. Going good. All right, time for a little reading check-in. It is currently 10:33 p.m. I am still on my third book of the 24-hour readathon. I'm still reading A Love Song for Ricki Wilde. I'm at 150 pages, which is about a halfway marker. And I'm heating up. Like they say in beer pong, heating up. Ramping up. The velocity of this reader has exponentially increased because this book has gripped my attention now. I was already intrigued, but like I can't get enough now and I need to know what happens next, so I will catch you in the next clip. This man in this book, his name is Ezra, which is already adorable. He is a gentleman until it's time not to be, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm over here kicking my feet and blushing like a fool. Page 207. I have no words. I'm shocked. My mind has been blown. Yes. Just, yes. Read this. Get to page 207 and then talk to me. It is 12:30, so just 30 minutes after midnight, and I finished my third book of the readathon, Love Song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams, and nothing but 5-star reads for this girl on this readathon. We'll see what happens with tomorrow's book, but we are on a great streak. This book is going to be a tearjerker for people. I can tell you that right now. So many people are going to bawl at the end of this book. It is so beautiful and so poetic, and it's just so well thought out and executed. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less of Tia, but it's so good. Perfect read for Valentine's Day and also for a leap year. I'll catch you guys in the morning and we'll see what I read next. Good morning. It is just before 8 a.m. Your girl is tired. I don't like mornings. I didn't sleep that much, but I'm still excited. But first, before we start streaming and reading, we need coffee. Every time I make iced coffee, I think of tell me a sound that's better than this. Time to stream. See you later. I don't think that I'm going to be able to finish this. Actually, I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to finish this in 2 hours. But this is the book that we're starting with this morning. It is currently 8:07 and I need to read until 10 a.m. But this is our book club pick for the Moody Readers Book Club for January. And so I need to read this book before Saturday of next weekend anyways. So no time like the present. Vampires of El Norte. Let's go. It is currently 9:45 a.m. I have read about 110 pages of this book so far, and it is so good already. I am super invested with what's happening and how the vampire storyline plays out. I'm loving the setting, I'm loving the drama, I'm loving the characters. It's so good. I'm just breezing through it. Definitely nowhere near close to being able to finish it in the next 15 minutes before the readathon ends. But I'm really excited that this is our January book club pick, and I definitely am going to keep reading it today. Even though the readathon is ending, I'm not going to stop reading today after this, but I will probably take a break. I need to stretch my legs and get outside and just get out of the blanket fort, as nice as it is in here. Spend time in another room of her house after spending a full 24 hours basically in here. I reached page 112 of this book
And I'm gonna stop it there because I want to end on a chapter and I've got 3 minutes left of the readathon. So let's add up the pages that I've read before I check in with the stream to see how everyone did on the sprints. So a love song for Ricki Wilde is 339 pages, so I have to add that. What did I say? Yeah, 339. Vampires of El Norte 112 is 1,097 pages read in 24 hours. I read about 45 pages every single hour for a whole day. Not too shabby. Let's go check in on how everyone else did in the sprints and call this a day. Your girl could use a nap and then some time outside in the sunshine.